Social shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, just some social shit for everyone, you know what I'm saying? Like, I made this be myself, so hear me. I mean, like, we can pull that clown shit away. This some real shit for you. I'm spazzing right now, so listen, let's go. Yeah, it's in their bones, the thugs in harmony for the love of the money. Then fall victim for the cookie, then turn pussy, it's lonely. You said you hold it down when life get rough, we're here now, so show me. We move them losses to them wins. Heavy pounds, we make it ends meet. Converse with only few who make me feel like I be 10 feet.
Yo, good morning, Friday. It's Friday, man, and it's crazy. There's no Liverpool football anyway this weekend, man. So we get a bit of a break, and you know what, the lads deserve it. 13 points clear in the Premier League. So, you know what I mean, man? Give these guys a chill. Obviously, we've got a game coming up against PSG in the Champions League. So that should be very, very interesting. So, of course, make sure you guys stay locked in. I'm probably going to do I might do a little tactics board over on Big Up. Obviously, the link is there for you guys. Join the team, man. Join the team. It's free. All you got to use is your email address. So it's not a mad thing. I ain't asking for no money. So yeah, man, you guys can hopefully do that for me by the end of the stream. Big up Abdul in the building, of course, and big up Mike in the building, guys. Make sure you head on over to ENDZ, Football with ENDZ, myself, Mike, and ENDZ. We had a good chat. We had a good chat yesterday, talking all things Liverpool. So yeah, man, make sure you guys lock in. And I got a few things coming up, but obviously we'll talk about that later on Big Up Anfield Road End. So obviously we're here for our normal monthly review. I said, you know what, let's just get it out of the way now so that we can just relax this weekend. I have, of course, pre-recorded videos, and also actually, if you're a member, you'll obviously know, you would have seen the videos that I've done, story time with G, where we just take a look back at, you know, players who've retired, look back at their careers, things that they've done, etc., etc. So obviously that's exclusively to the members. But once a month, what I will do is drop one of those videos out to the public. So I will have one dropping at some point later today. But of course, the rest will be there only for members. So if you want to become a member, the link is in my channel description, so you guys can head on over there. No pressure. Yeah, I mean, do your thing. If you want to see it, great. If you want to support, great. If not, it's no biggie, man. No biggie. All I actually really ask for, smash the like button, man. I beg, just smash the like button. On any video I do, I don't care if you don't watch the video, just smash the like button. Carry on with your day. So, big up Hakeem in the damn building. Thank you as well, Hakeem. I know you just became a member. Big up to all the members who are currently members of the damn channel. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys, man. So big up to your damn self, man. So, Liverpool, we kicked off the month with a 2-0 victory against Bournemouth. That looked like on paper it was going to be tricky. We all saw Bournemouth had been, you know what I mean, ripping up teams and stuff like that. You know, Bournemouth have been good. You know, they've been good this season, you know, in terms of their performances and stuff like that. You know, they beat Manchester City, they beat Arsenal as well. So these weren't mugs, you know, and on paper, like I said, it looked like a tough game. I'm sure I did not predict a win. I'm sure I didn't predict a win for Liverpool in this game. I feel like I might have predicted a draw or something like that. I'd have to go back and check. But yeah, listen, Liverpool came out of the game 2-0 victors. Obviously, we remember Justin Kluivert missing that flipping, do I want to call it an open goal? Maybe not open, but he missed the chance. Whatever you want to call it, he obviously missed that chance. But listen, all in all, to come away with a 2-0 victory in that game, hell, like Liverpool really had to do their thing, and do their thing they did. Do their thing they did, man. So we started off the month well. Clean sheet as well. And then we obviously, of course, we continue. We then obviously, of course, played Spurs in the second leg of the League Cup. Obviously 1-0 down from that first leg, the month for however long it was before, actually a month or two before that. And then, of course, we just slapped them 4-0, to be honest with you. Wasn't really a thing, to be honest. And, you know, booked our place in the Carabao Cup final, which is coming up very, very soon against Newcastle. So, yeah, again, another game. Yeah, good performance, to be honest with you. 4-0. Spurs weren't really about it, to be honest with you. It's like, I felt like at first they were going to try and maybe hold us for a minute, you know, and think, oh, okay, yeah, we can hold Liverpool off. Yeah, it wasn't you can't really do that against Liverpool. Like, and if you do, I feel like there's only going to be teams like Atletico Madrid, like those type of teams who are, it's built in their DNA, you know, kind of thing. Nottingham Forest, it's built in that, you know, the team and manager's DNA to play like that. Spurs, you ain't built like that, man. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. And then our first defeat in a very long time. Well, I say very long time, but we lost to PSV before that. But in terms of in English football, our first defeat, man, for a long, long time, man. And obviously we lose 1-0 to Plymouth. This was the game, and this is where it gets real interesting. Excuse me. Yeah, so this is the game where the agenda started flying. I didn't even watch the game. I went back and watched like the highlights, but I saw the agendas. They were very strong after this game. Very, very strong. People were not happy, you know, with certain players who, of course, played in this game, you know, the likes of the Luis Diaz, the Diogo Jotas and stuff like that. Like, people weren't happy. Harvey Elliott, you know, got some game time. He weren't really popping, you know, in this game. And yeah, man, I saw the energy from the towards certain players, you know, really, really shift. And it, I guess with a defeat like this, it kind of put like what's the way to say it, man? It shined a light on certain players, of course, you know, in terms of what their kind of role is and is going to be in the future and stuff like that. When I'm looking at the lineup here, obviously Luis Diaz, Jota, Chiesa up front, with ENNY, Endo, and Elliott in the midfield, McConnell, Kwanzaa, Gomez, Tsimikas there as well. So, yeah, I mean, it wasn't the strongest squad, but listen, on paper, Liverpool really should have been dispatching, you know, Plymouth. I don't really care about, you know, unless we had a full, complete team of just youngsters, which we didn't. You still had, obviously, Gomez coming off, but you still had Tsimikas in there, Kelleher, obviously, in goal, Kwanzaa there as well. He's played a lot of minutes for Liverpool. Endo, Elliott, Luis Diaz, Jota, especially the attack. I think it was more so the attack that really riled people up, because obviously they were thinking, come on, guys, you guys can't even, obviously there's context when we go back and we look at the game and, you know, in terms of, you know, Diaz being triple marked and stuff like that, of course, it's going to be difficult no matter who the opponent. And this isn't a non-league team. Do you know what I mean? Like, this is still a professional outfit, you know, in Plymouth. So, of course, they're going to still have their, you know, their style of play, but they're going to still be good enough to do certain basic things. And that's all it, that's all it really was from a Plymouth, you know, standpoint. And of course, listen, they had their, you know, their hearts on the line and, you know, hearts on the sleeve, sorry, kind of moments. And, you know, what was that? I can't remember. Let me see the defender. Was it, what's his name? Is it 𝐒𝐃? No, it wasn't 𝐒�. It was one of their defenders who lost his tooth and all of that. I said, yeah, when you're playing up against guys who are willing to lose their teeth, yeah, and you know, them man ain't got their teeth done as well. So yeah, they did not give a flying F at all. But listen, man, they deserve to go through. I can't disagree with that. I felt like overall they just deserved it. You know, Liverpool didn't do enough in order to, you know, get the victory. And as I said before, man, it shined the light on a lot of players, man, on a lot of players. Big up Mikes, man. Big up Mikes. Hope you're doing well this morning, brother. Then we get the 2-2 against Everton. Obviously, last minute Tarkowski goal, wonder goal, to be honest with you, but goal nonetheless. Coming off the back of the Plymouth game, then when you move into this game, of course, it's a derby at the end of the day, and we rested quite a lot of players, you know, in that game against Plymouth. So we were hoping, you know, Liverpool come in fresh, you know, should be ready. But I keep saying, you know how Liverpool kind of stay, man. When we ever, I don't know, like anytime we have a bit of a break, like I just feel like the players are not really like fresh, you know, so to speak. And unfortunately, it is just, you know, one of those kind of things, man. But yeah, I felt like in this game, it's weird, man. I felt like this game epitomized my kind of feeling towards the team, well, certain aspects of the team, you know, in terms of the midfield coming up against, you know, physical side and us not really having the physicality in there. And I felt like at times you are kind of losing that battle, you know, in the midfield. But, you know, of course, we go 2-1 up, and then to lose it at the end is obviously going to be a madness. And then everything that kind of followed, you know, Arne Slot getting sent off and Curtis Jones obviously getting sent off as well. All of that kind of stuff. Obviously, it's gonna be annoying, especially because we were 2-1 up until that last point. But yeah, again, it's disappointing because we're coming off of that Plymouth game as well. So now you're kind of like, ooh, you know, you're not even thinking, oh, the wheels are going to fall off, but you're more thinking, ooh, okay, one more bad result. You know what I mean? It may get a little bit sticky if I'm being, you know, super honest, you know, with you. And then we go ahead and face Wolves, and it's crazy because I said one more bad result, and of course things look a bit sticky. But if let's be honest, guys, we watched this Wolves game. Liverpool was shit. And excuse my French, I know it's early in the morning over here in the UK, but Liverpool were absolutely awful in that second half, more so. But they weren't that great in the first half either, to be honest with you. And I'll be honest, this is one of those games, and listen, you need this throughout a season, but this was one of those games I definitely felt like, yeah, you were lucky to get away with the victory. I can't lie. I don't feel like we deserve that one. I'll be super honest with you. I don't think based on how we played and, you know, things that happened within the game that we deserve to get a victory. Like, I don't think you walked away from that match and thought, yeah, you guys deserved it today. I didn't get, you know, that kind of feeling, you know, from this game. And Wolves unlucky, obviously brilliant goal by 𝐒𝐷𝐻𝐾, you know, in the game. But yeah, this wasn't good, man. This wasn't good. And, you know, as Mike said here, you know, that was the worst half I can even ever remember. But you know what's crazy, Mike? I've said this so many times. We've said this quite a lot this season, though. This is why this season is so, like, it's so crazy, you know, so mad in terms of if you really analyzed it and stuff like that. Listen, we won't care if you get the Premier League trophy, because at the end of the day, that's all we really care about, right? But when you really analyze it, how many times have we said this is the worst half we've ever seen? This is the worst half we've ever seen, whether it's the first half or the second half. We've said that a few times this season. That wasn't the first time. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Like, I'm not saying that it's obviously maybe now it won't really matter as long as we get the title, you know, come what may. But I know we've said this a few times this season in terms of that performance was just fugazi, and that's why I say this season is just very, very weird. And so I just need Liverpool just get the title. I don't think it's been great. I don't think you've been that great, but just get the title. Come the end of the season. And then cool, we chalk it off, and then we just move on, you know, to the next season, and then we can analyze everything, you know, properly during the off season. But yeah, this game, Liverpool lucky in my personal opinion. I might say, nah, that was bad. Couldn't string any passes together. Barely could get out of our own half. Other times it's just been lazy play. Against Wolves, it was just straight garbage. Yeah. 100%. Yeah, this is what I'm saying. But then look, Anfield Road End is saying here, first half at St. James's Park was what. This is what I'm saying. Like, which one was worse in people's eyes? Was the first half against Newcastle, was that bad? Was the second half against Wolves, was that the worst? You know, like, I'm trying to remember some of the games that we've had, and I've come away thinking, oh, that was shit, man. Jesus, how'd you get a victory? That's why I say I rate Liverpool this season, because in my opinion, you haven't even been that good. But you've been able to just be so consistent in getting the victories. So, you know, there's something in that. Do you know what I mean? Like the fact that they've been able to do that, you know, I rate it. I do. I genuinely rate them for being able to, you know, come away with victories in games that you just think, bro, you don't even deserve it, man. Do you get me? And 100%, it's a 90-minute game, of course, you know, of course. And listen, man, as long as you get the most goals at the end of the game, like I say, and I'll reiterate, it doesn't matter in the grand scheme of things. This is only more for when we do our analysis, Mike. You know what I'm saying? You'll do it as well. You'll be on the show. You'll do your own show where we start analyzing, you know, Liverpool properly and stuff like that. Take away the bias, take away the fact that we won the league or whatever. When we really start analyzing it, bro, we'll see anyway. We'll see in the off season when it comes to that. Morning to you, Tyler, man. Hope you're doing well, by the way. My bro, hope you are and the family are doing well as well. Yeah, facts, we've got much to improve on. Not a bad thing, especially since, this is it. It's Slot's first season. So it's one of those. And ultimately, I think, you know, the way he's kind of looked at things, in my opinion, this season is more just in terms of like at the beginning of a season is I can run these kind of players because they're good enough to achieve what I want them to achieve, which is probably at the beginning of the season, maybe challenge. I still think maybe we had that. We can still challenge for the league, you know, if it's the same players kind of thing. We might not be close to it, but we can still challenge. Obviously, then Arsenal, City, you know, start to fall off and, you know, whatever kind of happens with them. So it's then up to us to be able to take that mantle, you know, moving forward, which we have done very well this season. And that's why I say Liverpool have just remained so consistent throughout the season. Then we get the 2-2 against Aston Villa. So again, when we look back at the results and the performances, you got this shit game, you got the 2-2 draw against Everton, you lose to Plymouth. Do you know what I mean? Like it didn't look very good. I'll be super, like, it didn't look that good to me anyway. Like, I was thinking at some point, bruv, you lot are gonna lose, man. Like, and the thing is, it's almost like you're undoing a bit of the work that you had done at like the first half of the season in terms of getting certain victories and stuff like that. Like, I thought by now these kind of games would be kind of rubbed out. Like, I didn't think you'd still be performing come February times, you know, into the season. We're still performing kind of poorly. We're scrapping through games. I'm like, bro, like, do you not want to play well for like a consistent amount of time, not 1 or 2 games and then you go back to thing. Oh, and again, like I say, it is Slot's first season. I get that, but again, I get it to a certain degree, but I don't feel like that should excuse some of the performances that we have seen ultimately, because from what we have been saying as a fan base, like, the team have adjusted to what he's been trying to do, not fully 100%. So I will take that into consideration, but we have kind of adjusted mostly to what he wants us to do. Just certain players maybe just can't do it that well. Fair enough. But yeah, man, again, 2-2 against Villa, you know, we went 2-1 down, being able to obviously come back. And again, it's like, okay. And you know, another performance, you know, wasn't really, maybe we just about edged it. Excuse me. Maybe we just about edged it in a general sense, maybe. But again, do you know what I mean? And this is where I was starting to just sit here and think again, like, boy, luck really is on your side, you know? Any other season, bro, you lose some of these games. Obviously, again, there's something in that, in the fact that you haven't lost the game 1,000,000%. But the reality is you're not performing that well. So there's like something within me that's almost like, oh, do you really deserve it? But then the majority of me, like 90% of me, like, well, yeah, you do, because you've been the most consistent team, you know, throughout the season. So ultimately, that's what overrides anything anyways. Can you remain consistent, i.e. Nottingham Forest have remained consistent, hence why they're up there. Bournemouth, same thing. Like, if as long as you remain consistent, you'll finish where you deserve to finish, you know, kind of thing. Unless obviously you're up against a team that's just stupid, you know, Man City, basically. I actually thought we played well versus Villa until the final 10 minutes. Then Villa created good chances. Yeah, I thought it was okay. I just thought it was better than Wolves, but then that wasn't hard. Like, that didn't feel hard to me. Like, anything was better than Wolves at the end of the day, kind of thing. So yeah, it was just a bit like, yeah, it was okay. Like, we weren't shit, but again, it wasn't the performance level that I was expecting at this stage of the season, you know, kind of thing. And, you know, again, but listen, we didn't lose, so it is. Plus, be so funny if Slot makes signing and nothing changes. In what sense? Like, as in, we just remain good, like, we just keep winning. If that, I mean, that would be sick. That would be real sick if he makes signing. It's so crazy, right? Slot will get rated more if he makes signings in the summer and Liverpool win the league again. I guarantee he'll get rated like a lot more in terms of a season, you know, overall, because then you'll be like, well, bro, you signed your own players and your team's still doing their job. What's gonna hurt him is that if he signs players, we let players go and we don't win the league next season and we finish quite far off and we get knocked out of the Champions League and all of that. Yeah, people will start looking at him a little bit funny. I will not lie to you. I will not lie to you. Obviously, we then beat Manchester City. Now, this is where, for me, these are the only 2 games that we've got coming up, obviously, which is obviously the Man City game and the Newcastle games. These are the only 2 good games that we've had this month, in my personal opinion. In terms of all the way through, I watched a good performance from the team. Only 2 games. Now, like I said, we haven't lost this month. So context will tell you, yes, it doesn't really matter. And obviously, what's then helped us a lot is that Arsenal then dropped points as well. If Arsenal had just stayed on our coattails and done what we thought they were going to do, which is beat West Ham, beat Nottingham Forest, we'd be having a very, very different conversation and the outlook could look different. I don't want that to detract from us in general in terms of our own performances, because I still think the performances have not been great. But in these 2 games, and obviously looking at Manchester City now, yes, I would agree. I felt like this was a very good away performance. Now, it wasn't dominating. It wasn't it wasn't like we weren't all over them. I didn't feel like it was that type of game. I felt City were pretty good in the first like 10-15 minutes from what I watched anyway. When I watched it back, great. But as an overall, Liverpool put in and I know this is obviously nostalgia, but it really reminded me of Jose Mourinho, Inter Milan, 2009, 2010, I think it is that season when they won the treble, or Jose Mourinho, Chelsea, 2004, 2005, or the second part when he went back to Chelsea. It felt like that. It felt like one of those performances where you're just like, these guys are going to be champions. I can see it. Yeah, they're putting in that performance. Like I said, it's weird, right? Because in your head you're thinking, oh yeah, if you went and slapped City like how Arsenal did, in your head, shouldn't that tell you that? Oh, but this is the team of no. It's not those kind of performances that, in my opinion, again, it's just my opinion. I'm not saying it's factual. In my opinion, when I watch certain performances, I'm like, yo, okay, you can do that, okay. And I know, listen, City have been shit this season. I get all of that, but it was just the way that we performed. And again, this is the place that we ain't won in time. By the way, we haven't won there in a long, long time, kind of thing. So, form sometimes. Listen, we drew against Manchester United, so form sometimes it doesn't even matter about what form you're coming into these type of games. Sometimes it's just about on the day, right? So the sheer fact that we was able to go there and put in that performance as players like Dominic Szoboszlai, really coming into his own, over the last like few weeks and stuff like that, like it really was, in my opinion anyway, the best performance that we've had this month. And to be honest, probably the best performance we've had this year, if I'm being super honest. I'm trying to think of others. Maybe you guys can remind me, but I can't think of a better performance in 2025, not the season, just in 2025. Michael talks, yeah, masterclass from Slot in the final 2 games. 100%, man. Big up Goats since 97. Big up G, just joined the stream. All positive. Yeah, bro, I'm being positive. I'm trying to be anyway. Yeah, big up Promo, man. Morning to you, my bro. On a separate topic, ex-users trying to run agenda that aren't I. Bro, yeah, guys. Let me see if I can even find it. Sorry, I know this is like way off topic, yeah. Michael, bro, you're going to be pissed off. If you see my tweet, I think I quote tweeted it. So if you go on my Twitter page, you'll see it. Let me see. Yeah, it's on my Twitter page still. Like, I saw one dumb Twitter user, like real dumb Twitter user. And this is what I'm saying, man. Elon, man, like you're just giving out this blue tick to just anybody. Like literally to just anybody. Like you can just go out there and say whatever you want. But the thing is, when you've got a blue tick, you feel like you can say anything that you want. Like you really feel like you can say anything you want. The guy said it's a thread, right? And the thread starts off with exposing Ronaldo Nazario, one of the most overrated strikers in the world. Now, he's probably just trolling. Maybe. I don't know. Looks like he's a Real Madrid fan. He's definitely a Cristiano Ronaldo fan. He might just be trolling. But that's the point. It's like, on Twitter, bro, you can say anything. And then he's showing, like, a video of, like, misses. I was like, what? Like, is that, like, why would that be exposing someone? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The noodle hair CR7. Like, what? Like, honestly, I was like, bro, Elon, man, we need something, man, where we need to pass a test before you can speak about football on the timeline or something. Like, there needs to be like separate. It needs to be separated. Like, this is for people who are just trolling. All right, you guys can be over this side, and this is for the people who actually want to talk ball properly, kind of thing. So it's all of that. And yeah, it's got the stake thing on there as well. I still need to understand that. Like, I don't get it. Are people making money off of that? Or Stake making money off of that? Like, I actually don't even know how it even all works. But we'll get back to Liverpool. Like I said, really good performance against Manchester City. Good away performance. And then, of course, we round it off with the victory against Newcastle. Obviously, myself, ENDZ, and Mike, we spoke about this yesterday anyway. But yeah, even I think my reaction video, I'll tell you right now. Obviously, you guys can go and watch it if you please. But my reaction video was not long for this thing. Let me see how long it was. 8 minutes. It took me 8 minutes to talk about that Liverpool game. That tells you everything. Why? Because it was just a calm, good performance. No real issues. Yeah, the odd like 1 or 2 chances that Newcastle may have had, which I expect because they are genuinely a good team. But they were missing Joel Linton. They were missing Isak as well. I'm sure they were missing someone in defense. I feel like I can't remember who. But yeah, either way, it wasn't their strongest lineup anyway. So yeah, listen, Liverpool, comfortable performance. Mo Salah doing Mo Salah things. Again, Dominic Szoboszlai getting himself on the score sheet and things like that. So yeah, that's how we kind of, rounded off the month. And then obviously, this is the table. I'm sorry, but I'm rinsing this picture until our next group games and stuff like that. Obviously, this is after the last round of games. This is what the table looks like. City in 4th, Forest in 3rd, Arsenal in 2nd, 13 points behind Liverpool. Yeah, like I said, man, they've embarrassed themselves this season, man. Bunch of punks. That Newcastle game reminded me of 1920 season. Yeah. Like it was just one of them kind of performance. In fact, if not that season, okay, I'll agree with you. It reminded me maybe then of that season. But you see the City game, that reminded me of the 18-19 season, where that's where I felt Liverpool deserved to win the league. In my opinion, obviously, Man City were on smoke that season as well. I'm not going to take away from them, but I felt like we was just a bit better. I felt like we had the better team at the time. And yeah, I just felt like I don't think I've ever seen I've never seen a Liverpool side so in the zone, like in the zone, like in a ridiculous kind of level, like. Yeah, but listen, that's a trip down memory lane that we don't need to take, to be honest with you. But as long as we won the Champions League at the end of that, so it's not too bad. But yeah, that's the table, man. That's the top 4. I can't lie, I don't care about the rest of the league. Like, I don't really know what's going on down in the depths where Manchester United are and Spurs and that. Like, are Spurs even in the top half of the table? Let me even just check. I'll just double check just to see, just in case. Like they are actually in there. Spurs are 13th, Man United are 14th. Like, what are we doing? Aston Villa are 10th, though. Fucking hell. That's mad. Yeah. And they got -5 goal difference. Fulham are ahead of them. Brighton, Bournemouth, Newcastle, Chelsea, and then the top 4. Yeah, I don't know, man. It's been a weird season, man. Been a very, very weird season. But yeah, let me show you guys. I've done my ratings already, so I'll just show you guys, and then yeah, we'll take a look at what we've got coming up for the month of March. I think it's not that many, so it won't be that many fixtures to really rate on, but we'll do the ratings regardless. Alrighty then. So this is how I've rated it. Yeah, this is kind of how I think the only one I might have changed was Trent. I think Trent was the only one I looked at and was like, yeah, you could have gone into 4 to 6 from what I can remember, but he's there now, and I've already done it, kind of thing. The league is crazy, like 8 points separating. Yeah, I know, it's mad. It's mad. We'll take a look at the table and everything in a moment, but yeah, so we'll start at the bottom with the injured, barely played. Obviously, got Gakpo, Kwanzaa, Harvey Elliott, and obviously, I felt like they weren't really like Kwanzaa. When I looked at his minutes for February, not even minutes, the guy was coming on like for 2 of the games I think I saw. He didn't even get a rating because he came on literally right at the end. And yeah, just I couldn't think of a rating for him anyway in any other game. Elliott, this guy's just been on the bench. Obviously, Gomez has been injured. Gakpo, obviously, he's come off the bench. There would have been only really one game I would have decided to rate him for, which would have been the Newcastle game. And again, I just felt like it's not enough for me to give you a month rating behind it. Like, I'm not trying to be disingenuous kind of thing and be like, well, yeah, well, you got to rate him on that 15 minutes. I don't know about all of that. I just kind of left it at that. Yeah, 1 to 3. Listen, man, I can't lie, Nunes. When the manager's calling you out for your work rate, which was the only thing that you had going for you, yeah, you're going in 1 to 3, and you ain't. It's not even like you've been popping in the other games and stuff like that. I don't think he's even scored. Let me even check the whole in Nunes. Let me see what the last time this brother been hitting the back of the net and that. Because I know it's been a minute. But let me see. Darwin Nunes. Okay, last time Darwin Nunes hit the back of the net was in January against Accrington Stanley. No, sorry, no, that's a lie. Sorry, it was against, no, it can't be the Brentford game. Fucking no, it was the Brentford game. Yeesh. The Brentford game. Nah, that Brentford game was in The 18th of Jan. Heck, man. Yeah, you can go 1 to 3, boy. That's mad. 4 to 6, I've got Ali, Brad, McAllister, Diaz. Diaz was close to 1 to 3, I can't lie. Jota. I think I should have put, no, sorry, I was supposed to put Jota in 1 to 3 as well, because I thought he was stinky as hell. So I apologize for leaving him there. But Jota should be in 1 to 3 as well. Endo was a weird one, man. Like I don't feel like he's been excellent kind of thing. Like for me, he was at like 6.5. So I just left it at 6. Like I don't know if I would have kept him in 7. That maybe I could have been a bit nicer with Endo, but I don't feel like he's been that good. Do you know what I mean? Like he's come on, he's done his job, but there hasn't been like 7 out of 10 work. Like maybe in one game, I think I could think of off the top of my head where I'm like, yeah, that was a 7 out of 10, like kind of thing. But the rest, yeah, bro, you're still getting dibby dabby minutes anyway. So even giving him the rating was even difficult because it's not like he's playing a lot of games or in terms of minutes and stuff. But yeah, Grav, yeah, he's in the 4 to 6, but yeah, he was definitely a 4.5 at best. Like he has stunk for time. Simicast the same thing. He's on 4.5. Who's that? Robbo is there as well. I think he's been like maybe like a 6. Yeah, maybe like a 6. Jones, I think as well, 6 as well. Nothing too crazy. To be fair, 6 isn't even that bad, if I'm being super honest with you. It's not even crazy. Kanate, obviously, he's whatever he is, 7, 8, 9. It doesn't really matter. Virgil van Dijk, the same thing. Trent, I said that should have been in a 4 to 6, in my opinion. And Szoboszlai, I think, yeah. Listen, man, the last 2 games really has performed really, really well. And in the other, to be honest, in the other games, I feel like he's been all right anyway. So you could have, you know, Szoboszlai and maybe like a 7, 8 if you really want to. But he's in that bracket. He's in that kind of mold. I wanted to leave a bit of leeway because you guys can decide really for yourselves in terms of how you see it, where you think, you know, in terms of should it be a 7, should it be an 8? I'm like, no, you put them in that bracket. Do you know what I mean? Where they are probably isn't really that important. I don't think anyone's been amazing, to be honest with you, anyway. And then Arne Slot as well. Yeah, I felt like I had him in this bracket because the team didn't lose, but there were a few games where I've questioned tactics, the way that the team have set up and done things, but ultimately it is down to the team. So I think I had him at like 7 when I thought about it in terms of where I would put him. Endo has been influential in his appearances. I don't think it should only be about minutes. Yes and no. Yes and no. He's played enough minutes to be rated. Let's put it that way. He's played enough. It's a bit like Bradley. Bradley's played enough minutes to be rated, but obviously with Endo, it's yes, he's been influential in maybe one game. I can't think of many games, I'll be honest. I feel like we've gone a bit overboard with the whole Endo thing. I think we've ran with the whole, because Slot said like, yeah, this guy's got fantastic attitude. Yeah, because he knows he ain't good enough to start and he's just a bench kind of guy. Like he has no real aspirations to be a first team player. Like he knows he ain't not here anyway kind of thing. So he will just take what he can kind of get. And that's cool. If you got one of them guys, then great. You know what I mean? Like, and if he can help you every now and again, then also great. But yeah, man, them kind of guys, I'm like, yeah, I'd just sell them kind of players, man. I'm not really trying to see all of that next season. But yeah, man, that's my ratings. That is my month of February. And as I said, man, we've got it's going to be an interesting month coming up for Liverpool. Let's take a look at the fixtures that we've got coming up. So we've only got 1, 2, 3, 4 fixtures in the month of March. 2 against PSG, Southampton in the Premier League, and then Newcastle is the last game we have in March, the Cup final. So yeah, not going to be too much to be able to kind of rate and judge on, to be honest with you. But listen, we'll still do the ratings regardless. Hopefully, we're going into April in the next round of the Champions League and with a Carabao Cup to our name. Does anyone know, by the way, if you win the Carabao Cup, yeah, do you get into Europe or something? Is that even still going? Is that still going? Winners of the Carabao Cup. Oh, okay, here we go. Do the Carabao Cup winners qualify for you? Premier League top 4, yada. while the Carabao Cup winners qualify for the Europa Conference League. Okay, cool. So if Newcastle win it, they get Conference League. I hear it. Man, that PSG game is going to be intense. Yeah, it's going to be interesting. Going to be real interesting, man. Like I said, I'm going to do like a tactic show. Maybe, I don't know, man. I'll think of when I'm going to post that. But it will be on Big Up People. So guys, head on over there. I'm going to try to get mics so we can rap about it on there as well. So yeah, make sure you guys obviously can, you know, sign up, become a member. Doesn't take too long to do. Literally, just any fake email that you've got, just use that, and just become a member. Obviously, also as well, what I've got coming up. Let me just get this up here because I picked the wrong bloody thing, as you do, right? All right. So, Mike's, this is for you as well. PSG's Ibu's homecoming. Hey, yeah, you can see it. Yeah. The man going back to France and that. So this is what I've got coming up next week as well, man. So we're going to be doing the greatest back four in probably, I'll obviously nothing before 1990. Let's put it to you that way. But early 90s might be a bit tricky for me to really remember. I'll be super honest. I'm not trying to be disingenuous, to be fair. So yeah, but we've got some really, really good ones in there, man. I can't lie. Like I've been spending all morning just getting the whole thing ready in terms of like back fours. At the moment, I've got 16 defenses so far. You know, your Real Madrids, you know, AC Milan's, Man United, Liverpool's. Like, so yeah, I think this one should be pretty good. I'll try and get to like a base number of things, and then of course we'll then have the midfield. This one is going to be very, very, very interesting. Very, very interesting. I can't wait to chop up the midfield. I think this is the one I'm most looking forward to, is the midfield one, because the defense one was like, if you guys go back in time, if you think about some of the defenses, remember a lot of these defenses, they stayed together for so long. They stayed together for so long that it only changed by like one player, like, or a player there, maybe a left back or a centre back, like randomly. But they stayed together for quite a while, hence why they're obviously so good. But midfields, we've had a lot. There are a lot of dope midfields, like whether they're trios, so it could be trios, it'll be duos, whatever. Like it doesn't really matter. Like we're just gonna look at how the midfields were obviously set up. Yep, 100%. You ready? Let's put it this way. Before we even start, I'm gonna put that trio that you can see on your screen. I'm gonna put them in their position. After that, we can then do the rankings properly. I'm not even gonna debate. That one. And then, of course, last but not least, we have the forward line. Greatest forward lines we have seen, and obviously these three forward lines you guys can see are probably some of the best we've ever seen in the history of football. But it could also mean partnerships as well. So it doesn't have to be a trio. It could just be partnerships. I'm not gonna do just one player in terms of a striker, because then that's more about a striker by themselves. So we're going to be looking more at duos and trios throughout, of course, the history of time, man. So yeah, man. You're a madman. Big up, Abdul. Would you sell Keller? Yes. Gomez? Yes. Simicas? Yes. Elliott? Yes. Phillips? Yes. Ramsey? Yes. Reece Williams? Yes. Nunes? Yes. Chiesa? Yes. Hope that answers your question. I would sell them all. I do not have a use for any of them. Yeah, I don't have a use for any of them. I can't lie. I don't even see the point in them being here. Especially from Nat Phillips to Reece Williams. Like, I definitely ain't trying to, you know what I'm saying? Can he be a midfielder and attacker like Torres and Gerrard? Okay. Yeah, we'll do that as a forward line. That'll be more forward line, obviously. Yeah, we'll do that for the forward line as well. You're actually giving me a good thought, because obviously you got that. You got Drogba, Lampard as well. Say no more. We'll put them. We'll put them in the like forward line kind of thing. So yeah, Torres, Gerrard, because they were a partnership for the forward line, to be fair. But then it's mad, because then Gerrard technically would also, I guess this is only going to apply to some players, because Gerrard would also apply to a midfield of, say, Mascherano, Alonso, and Gerrard. So I had them in like my mind and thinking, well, that's a good midfield. But then also Gerrard and Torres did have a partnership. They can be in both. Fuck it. Yeah, I mean, it's not going to be everybody. It's only going to be like a couple of players I think I can think of who will be like that. But honestly, there's some really good ones, man. Like, like Marco Vidal, Pirlo, Pogba. Like, they weren't even the best, but that was a dope midfield three. Like, it's mad. Like, oh my god. Yeah, there was a few, man. There's a few, but yeah, I don't want to talk too much on that. Of course, like I said, we will get into that. Big up to everybody who's joined me this morning. Hope you guys have a great Friday. By the way, enjoy your weekend as well, man. Just chill, relax. As I mentioned before, later on today, I will have I'll be dropping one of my stories. So yeah, I'm not going to tell you who it is, but yeah, I'll be dropping one of them this evening. This will be out to the public, but the rest will be only available to the members. So if you do like this video, become a member, man. You can watch all of the ones I've got on there. I've got Iron Robin, I've got Anelka, Michael Owen, I can't remember the other, Samuel Eto'o, Adriano. Like, we've got quite a few on there, man. So make sure you guys, of course, go and check that out. And yeah, this is what I'm saying. Yeah, so I'm going to put these guys in forward line. You've given me actually a thought, to be fair, because I didn't want to. I was trying to think of like Dwight York, Andy Cole, yeah, obviously. But then I was trying to think there are ones that you would call a partnership in Kagawa, Lewandowski, Gerrard, Torres, Frank Lampard, Drogba. Like, there are those kind of players out there, kind of thing. So yeah, we'll do that. And yes, hopefully I'll get Mike's on, ENDZ, Savage, Jerry. Yeah. I want to get all of you guys. Hopefully all you guys are free next week. Maybe we'll try and maybe get it done Monday, Tuesday, Thursday kind of thing. But I'll chat to the guys anyway. I'll chat to the guys. Please enjoy the rest of your day, people. Much love, bless, and I'll catch you guys soon. And yeah, keep your notification bells on. Peace.